Thank you very much, Tim, and thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with your audience today. My name's Neil Joseph. I'm the Managing Director and CEO of Australian Primary Hemp. I know we have a large number of people on this call, including some of our existing shareholders. In fact, a couple of my non-executive directors and my chair, who are very familiar with this presentation. So if I screw it up, I'm sure they'll let me know. And for all of those who are our existing shareholders, thank you for your support as we go on to on this journey. Australian Primary Hemp has been listed since October 2019. It's just over a year now. However, the company's actually been operating since 2017 when hemp was first legalised in Australia. While our roots and heritage are firmly planted in the growing and distribution of hemp products, we're more broadly focused as a developer, producer, distributor and marketer of plant-based nutritional products, including hemp. We have a true paddock-to-plate business model with 100% traceability back to our own unique seed genetics. Next slide, please. In May this year, our company outlined a strategy to evolve from a hemp ingredients supplier to a premium branded plant-based products business. We're focused on 3 pillars: food and human nutrition, pet and animal nutrition, and beauty and wellness. Each pillar has a clearly defined target market that is forecast to capture the growing demand for plant-based products. Our focus is on hemp as a super ingredient, which has one of the most broad-ranging and diverse uses that are completely relevant to each of the pillars that we play in. But before I go into this detail, I just wanted to take a moment to talk about what hemp is and what hemp isn't. Next slide, please. Hemp is not marijuana. It has between a maximum of 0.3 of 1% and 0 of THC, which is the psychoactive substance that many of us may have tried in our misspent youth. It has over 5,000 industrial uses, ranging from medicines, food to industrial fibres. All hemp production in Australia is licensed. It's closely checked and monitored at every stage of the process. You can't get high on hemp, which may disappoint some of you. We use the seeds only in our production. From a nutritional perspective, hemp has the perfect combination of omega-3 and 6 proteins at a ratio of 4:1. This is perfect for building bones, human development, animal development, and providing nutrition. It has exceptional anti-inflammatory properties and has no fat, so it is truly a superfood. Environmentally, it's sustainable and regenerative. It has a short harvest period of less than 14 weeks. It uses 1/3 of the water of most cereal crops and 1/10 of the amount of water that is used for cotton. Because of its denseness, it has low to no use need for insecticides and pesticides, and it regenerates the soil. Now, hemp is often used as a rotation crop with many of our farmers, and we can show that it regenerates the soil because often the crop that they plant in the land post the hemp crop gets a yield of up to 30% above normal. Next slide, please. So let's talk about our 3 pillars. So food and human nutrition. There are very strong consumer tailwinds in the plant-based protein and snacking market, and we see this continuing globally. Let's look at the development of plant-based meat replacements that are now staple in supermarkets and fast food restaurants. We see plant-based milk emerging and many other alternatives are growing rapidly. Financial year 2021 so far has been pretty exciting and successful for us. We launched our Mt Elephant brand in September, and to give you a measure of our early success, we sold over 31,000 units of our bars in the first month, exceeding our expectations, and all of our distributors around the country had to go for unexpected replenishment. Nice problem to have. Mt Elephant is actually an area in the Western Districts of Victoria where we planted our very first crop. The crop actually failed, but what it did was it enabled us to really understand all the dynamics of hemp growth and really get our systems and processes right for our hemp agriculture as we move forward. Next slide, please. Our range of oils, protein powders, seeds and snack bars are 100% Australian sown and grown. And we have a vision for this brand to elevate the everyday. We want to play in mainstream categories that people use and replenish all the time and elevate those categories with the superpower that is hemp. Our packaging and product is premium. Our pricing and distribution are accessible. Next slide, please. We announced a couple of great agreements recently. In August this year, we announced the supply agreement with Annex Foods, one of the leading food suppliers in this country, but not only here in Australia. They operate in 10 countries around the world, and they've signed a 2-year agreement with them to supply our high-quality hemp seeds. Now, we won that deal on quality, not on price, because of our traceability of product and our high-quality and very defined processing outcomes. Just this week, we announced a supply arrangement with 7-Eleven for our snack bars to be ranged in 720 of their stores nationally. That will generate between $1 and $1.4 million annually for us. And we see them as the leading convenience store retailer in the country. And we're very excited and honoured to be working with them. Our pipeline for future deals of this size looks very strong, and we're working through many of those in our business development pipeline now. As mentioned earlier, we have over 400 existing store distribution, and I want to just give you a taste of who those stores are, because they may be familiar with them in your area. In Victoria, Leo's Supermarkets is an example. In Sydney, QE Food Stores. In South Australia, the Chapley Group, Foodland and Romeo's. And in Western Australia, Farmer Jack's. All great retailers, all very proud to be partners with us. Next slide, please. Pet and animal nutrition represents a significant opportunity for us. Australia has the highest pet ownership per capita globally, with 61% of households owning pets. COVID, interestingly, has made pet care much more high profile as people have spent more time at home. I know we have a dog. I think he actually cannot wait until I'm out of the house because I can stop walking him and stop grooming him. And I think he'll be much happier when I'm gone. Hemp is great for pets and horses. It improves heart and gut health. It reduces inflammation. It improves coats and eyes and digestion. We've developed a range of supplements, and our discussions with retailers and distributors are well progressed for launch in the next couple of months. Next slide, please. In health and beauty, there is an ongoing trend towards natural. Women are always looking for something new and really care about what they put on their skin. The research shows that natural, efficacious products are preferred by women. Now, this is a huge market globally at about 532 billion. In Australia, it's about 5 billion, about 1% of the world market, and it's growing at about 5%. The natural market is growing at nearly double that rate. We've put our toe in the water with a hemp-infused hand sanitizer and hemp face masks, which are sold in Australia, New Zealand, the US, and the UK. We're developing ranges of products in skincare, serums, and supplements. Our strategy is an omni-channel strategy, and we feel our products will be successful in their niche, and we look forward to bringing those to market in Q4 of this financial year. Next slide, please. So our outlook is exciting and strong. We've worked very hard to increase our operational and supply security. We have contracted some of the best farmers in Australia to grow hemp for us. And as a result of that and the processes that we've put in place, we're confident of our supply, we're confident our costs have decreased and our quality's increased. And we've been able to managing more of that in-house with in-house agronomists and the like. As I mentioned before, we're evolving to a value-added product company. We've launched Mt Elephant. We're about to launch Field Days, which is our pet brand, and we'll be launching products in the beauty and nutritional space in Q4. We've already announced a couple of great deals, which we've talked about today, and we will continue to grow our distribution, not only in retail and value add, but also in our supply side of our business, as well as online, which is a growing and evolving part of our business. Finally, we want to spend more time engaging with our customers through marketing. If any of you follow us on Instagram or Facebook, you'll see our activity there. Next slide, please. So in summary, we've got a very clear strategy which we're executing to. We've had a steady growth in our share price since March this year. The last couple of days have been very strong. I think this slide says our share price at time of writing was 24.5 cents. I think it hit 28 or 29 cents today. And we look forward to delivering strong growth as a business as we move forward. Tim, thank you very much for the opportunity to present to your audience.
Thanks, Neil. Great presentation. Bang on 10 minutes. Well done. And for those, I did mention the ASX code is APH, and the stock's currently trading around 28 cents, which is up about 14%. A question back to the licensing scenario. That's not an easy process. We've had medicinal cannabis players in the talk about that. What is that process for someone like Australian Hemp?
So we have to define exactly where our seed comes from. All of our farmers have to be reviewed and licensed by the Office of Drug Control. Our facility has to be audited. Our products are constantly tested, and every product has to go through independent testing before it's released. So it's very, very strict, and not just anyone can grow hemp. So
yeah, I mean, it's a real benefit, but is there a cost to that? Does it become costly in terms of the regulatory issues there?
Yes, there are costs, Tim, but they're managed within the cost of goods of our business. And as we're now established, those ongoing costs are quite low.
And so for something with like the snack bars that come in, is the idea there to kind of start in somewhere where you're getting good margin, build up those cash reserves, and then how do you balance out that different channel, right? You've got a different distribution channel for different products. How do you balance how wide and how appealing this product could be?
Well, look, we see these our value-added products being broadly distributed into convenience, into online, into grocery, and into food service. We've got a great sales team that are really kicking goals at the moment, and so we think we can manage it all. We can manage it all quite comfortably in our business structure.
There's a question here. Which area has the biggest expected margins? Is it the health, beauty, or pet sort of sectors?
Look, they're all in value added. All the margins look reasonably healthy. Beauty often has the highest margins. It's a high margin business, but then there is a reasonably solid investment in marketing to support those high margins. But they're all quite healthy margins.
And across those different sectors, there's a question of competition. Where is your real focus point to kind of potentially push competitors out of that space?
So look, I think there's a couple of areas. I think branding is really important in consumer engagement. And if you've got consumers walking into stores or online looking for your product, that always helps. We've got I said, a license in growing. So our ability to be able to produce fresh product quickly and flexibly for our customers, ensuring longer shelf lives, is very important. There's a lot of hemp grown overseas in Canada and China. By the time it gets to Australia, it's often many months old and often not fresh. And then the regulatory environment and the quality controls that we put in place ensure we've got the best quality. They're real barriers to entry in this business.
And I've got my dog staring at me now, and I understand I've got 2 Ridgebacks. I spent a lot of money on pet food. So is there kind of an educational process that has to take place as part of your marketing strategy?
Absolutely, not only in pet food, but across all categories, because and that's why I spent a little bit of time talking about hemp versus marijuana.
Yeah.
I think we have to take the role of being the educator in really the powers of hemp in all those categories. So yes, there will. In pet, we work with animal nutritionists and veterinarians. In the human area, nutrition, we're working with dietitians and nutritionists. So everything we do is tested, and everything we do has efficacy and can be traced.